Example I like to use is let's say we have a guy. Let's say we have a guy who's 250 pounds.
250.
Right, and he's never done a workout in his life. He's straight what we call off the couch, and if he goes and gets up and goes for a walk for what is it? I think it's 45 minutes. If he does 45-minute walk at about a 3-mile-per-hour pace, he's going to burn about 300 calories. Right? That's the calories you would take in if you ate like a regular glazed donut. So
I say, but I haven't had a donut in a long time.
Don't donuts kill you?
In my mind, I was like, I'm not even joking. I was thinking about when I said it burns calories. I was thinking about like calories, and then donuts came to mind, and then I can't even eat donuts.
Donuts are always my go-to. That's why I always remember that they're 300 calories.
Mine's candy, I think.
Yeah. So if Jim goes out,
does the walk,
and he burns 300 calories, then if he does nothing else, if he changes nothing with his nutrition, then he will be in a caloric deficit. Also assuming that he was maintaining that 250 for a while. He was kind of at an equilibrium. If he does a dip of 300, then that dude's going to lose some fat because he's in a deficit for a little while.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna taper off. Into what we call plateau. So he'll start to lose, then his body will adjust because your body adapts to everything. The technical term is his BMR. Basal metabolic rate is going to lower, so he's not going to burn as much, and he's going to plateau out, just like that. And then typically what we'll see is people get frustrated at that point. They're like, "Well, I'm still doing my walk. Why am I not continuing to lose?" And so then they give up, and then they stop the walk, and then they gain the weight back even faster, and maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's great. It's in that moment that it's a good idea to go and talk to a coach because you can change the cardio that you're doing. You can change the intensity, the volume, the duration, all that stuff.
And you know what, too? I think like the conversations, right? Like getting people to do cardio as a workout regimen, like when you're working for a big gym or whatever, and you have these protocols that you're supposed to follow when it comes to training people, like. Bottom line, it's variable, it's individualistic, and you have to be on the same page, whether you're with a coach or not. If you're with yourself and you're YouTubing it, Googling things, you have got to be on the right page with yourself. You cannot see these images, see these workouts, and be like, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe you will. Maybe you will soon. Maybe you will quicker than others. Maybe you'll take you longer. It doesn't matter. But like if you can just figure out what that thing is and get started, the cardio is not that difficult. It's super simple. And then you can start doing your walks. And Jim's tracking his walks. He's like, dang, 2 weeks ago, I could barely finish that thing. Now I'm going 3 rounds around this block or whatever, right? Now he's starting to jog a little bit, right? So you can start doing different things. You can intensify. You can go find a hill. And then when you start talking to people, you start talking to a coach, you tweak some little things there. All of a sudden, he starts cutting weight again. You fix the food, all this stuff, whatever. But it doesn't always have to be, and that's what I think is so weird about health and fitness and like the industry and the fitness, the realm that we live in daily. I think I've been lost in it myself as a trainer and as an athlete. And you can get lost so quickly just like trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah. Well, there's so many different options, and there's so many different methodologies out there, training methods out there.
People think cardio and they're like, oh, I don't like to run. I'm like, nah, man.
Dude, there's all kinds of cardio you can do. And finding so when it comes to cardio, specifically for like fat loss, right? Let's say your goal is you want to lose as much fat as possible. Cardio is a great tool. You got to do a couple things for it to work, though. First thing you got to do is